Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I am today, it's not really a tutorial or anything. I'm going to do more of, I suppose, a little trying out of products. So I was in Walmart earlier and come across some ELF products. So I thought I'd grab them, give them a go. So the first one I've got here is the ELF Poreless Face Primer. And I've heard some good things about their products. Move my face out because it'll try and pick me up otherwise. My skin's prepped and ready, so I'm going to go in with this products, as I say, because I tend to hear for the most part pretty good things about them. So let's just go in with, actually I don't think that's ready yet. There we go, a little bit there and there. Okay, so we're just going to work that in. I'll show you my little handheld as well. It actually feels pretty nice. I probably didn't need as much as that either, but I love it. It'll be interesting to see how that soaks in. But it says here that it is an anti-poreless primer. I just want to see if it's got silicone in it. See, I think it has because it's got dimethicone in it. It has, but I don't actually mind silicone-based primers personally. As I said, my skin feels beautiful. It definitely feels like there's a layer over it. We'll just see how that works in with the foundation. So the foundation I got is also ELF and it's called their Flawless Finish Foundation. And this is in the shade Cashew, I believe. This is a bit dark for me, but it was either go a bit darker or they were like super light, like porcelain. I tend to sit as a medium neutral. So I'm going to do 2 pumps of that. I tend to largely do my foundation with my finger. So yeah, so this is going to look pretty dark on me. So don't judge just yet. We'll see. I picked up a lighter concealer. It smells a bit what's the word, like powdery, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to work that in with our fingers slightly, and then I'll bring a brush in the mix in a moment. I bet some of you are cringing watching me do this. I just don't like my foundation overly sitting on my skin, so I just tend to go ham with the hands. So I'm just going to get my, this is ELF Cosmetics foundation brush. I've had this for ages. So I'm going to lightly buff. And just see how that works in. Do you know what? Let's go with another pump, which is more, I don't normally use more than 2 pumps, so. Actually, do you know what we've got? I've got one of their highlighting sponges, best for powders, but oh well, let's use it for foundation. There's this one. So in fact, let's just spray it a little bit. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Just damp it down a teeny bit. Nothing much. Right. I don't really personally love doing my foundations with sponges. I know some people do, but not for me as much. It's definitely gone into the skin, I will say that. So, okay, that's that. So then I also got the 16-hour Camo Concealer. This one here. And I picked up the shade Light Peach. So it's pretty light. Again, possibly too light for me, so I could end up looking like a clown at the end of this. Oh, okay, so love that. I need to put my hand there because it focuses on my face. So that's kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape, I feel. Wow. Super light. Super thick. Yeah, it feels a bit thick, but that we shall see. So I'm going to go back in just with my little sponge again. Oh gosh, my chin looks like a beacon now, a white beacon. Wow, okay. What are we thinking? I mean, it looks like it's in a flashback, doesn't it, just looking at it there. Okay, we'll keep going. So I've already got mascara on just from earlier, so I just like re-cleansed and prepped my skin. Just because I was being lazy. Okay, so I'm gonna work that in on my top lid as well, because then I won't need to do that again, and since I've got so bloody much. Okay, I think we could probably all agree that this is definitely too late for me. Wow. Okay. That's okay, we can warm it up in a minute. That's the only thing, unfortunately, I didn't have too many shades in the store I was visiting. So I won't, you know, the shade, that's me picking up a shade because I was too impatient to wait and go somewhere else. So it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with this yet, that's just a shade thing. So let's try and see past that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like my under eyes are super white. I'll zoom you in. Oh, there you go, missed a little bit there. Beautiful. Just gently rub that. Super light, as I say, this lighting's shocking. But, yeah. But it's blended good. So, then I've got the ELF Perfect Finish HG powder. It says it's translucent. So, can't get it out of the box. So this is this one. Let's try and get it out. There we go. So is it loose? Oh, I thought it was a loose one for some reason. So it's got a mirror. Then it just comes with a little sponge. That actually feels quite nice, that one. Really soft. Should we try it? We'll try it. So, oh, that won't click in. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so I'm not going to bake. I'm literally just going to set. So I'm just going to pack that in. Do you know what I am going to do, just because I'm a bit nervous? Buff that gently with my foundation brush, which I shouldn't be using this one, but it didn't have a lot of product on it. Gosh, I'm so pale. Okay, right, so on that note, in with the bronzer. So this is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Tan, I think it is. Deep Bronzer. So we shall go in. This is just an old, do you know, this brush was by Avon. Remember Avon? So lovely, it's so soft. Okay. Really, really light hand. And we should do nose. But my nose, I'll come up into it. This is just like a Morphe blending brush. It's clean, hence why I can get away with doing this. And it's the MB23. And then I'll actually just go on to use this for my makeup as well. Just bringing that up into there. Really, really light hand. And then what we'll do, because I look anemic now, with a big brush, which I tend to do this anyway, really gently just work back over that. And then a real light sweep across the whole of my head, just under there. that's looking lots better. I feel like I look paler in this camera lens actually than I do in person, thankfully. Okay, so then what we're going to do is actually, should we do some blush? Let's do a teeny bit of blush. So we'll go in with, this is a NYX one. So this is the NYX blush in HDB09 Bitten. Teeny bit of this because I find this quite pigmented. I'm going to use my big brush again. Literally, tiniest bit. Probably a little bit too much, as per. Getting overexcited, so that's that. Then I'm going to set the face with, again, the Morphe. And then, whilst that's still wet or damp, I'm going to go with this. So I used this the other day, and it's one I bought ages ago from Superdrug back home in England. I think it was Superdrug. Yeah, it was. And it's Makeup Academy Prism Highlighter. It's this one there. I don't know if that's picking up. Yeah, there you go. And it's in the shade Solar Flare. And oh my goodness, I don't know how well this light in here is going to pick this up, but just watch this. Like, how amazing. Look at there. Look at there. This is just a fan brush one I've had in like a little, like, you know, you get like a little Christmas set. Very, very light finger just on there. Maybe a little bit across there. Okay, I mean, look at that. This, I'm not even joking, cost me, from memory, I think it's like probably like, I don't know, £3 or £4, something like that. Okay, so then we'll come and do the rest of our highlight in a minute, because I'm going to put a little bit more, because I want to be a bit more bronzed and dewy. So now we're going to go in with eyes. So I have obviously set my eyes and prepped them, but I'm going to go in with this from Wet n Wild. And this is in the shade Brulee, or Brulee even. Nice base shade. And then with that Morphe blending brush, the MB23, just going to literally, really, really lightly just sweep that across the lid again, just so I've got a bit more of a base. I've only used a couple of these shadows. The only thing I will say, this obviously it's not so bad because it's pretty much a nude tone anyway, or like a very cream skin tone. I find I do get a little bit of fallout, unfortunately, but for the price point, I mean, they're so good, but I'll probably say if you're doing a bit more with them from the couple of shades I've used, maybe err on the side of caution. Anyway, so I'm going to go in, this is the MAC palette. This is the Mischief Minx. And these are the shades. Really cute. So let me just get this back in the right order. Yeah, so I'm going to go in with the shade Schema. I want you to just do a light tap, and I'm just going to blow a little bit of the excess off, and then just with my mirror, I'll zoom you in a little bit. Super pigmented, so super, super light hand, barely touch him. And use that as our transition shade and just buff that out. See, picks up quite a bit of colour. And then same on the other side. And then some circular motions to buff it out. Super light, I'm barely putting any pressure on that. Literally really softly wiping. So this evening, if this comes out okay, actually I might even keep this makeup on, to be honest. We'll see. This evening we're going out for some drinks and some dinner with friends. So I'm looking forward to that, but it also, actually no, I probably won't be able to keep this on because I've got to wash my hair. Maybe I'll show you guys how I do my hair wash because it is quite the event. I've got thick curly hair, so it's a commitment. So yeah, so that's the nice transition shade there to work with. Then I'm going to go in with switching brushes. This is the Morphe MB20 shadow brush. And I'm going to go in with this shade here in the palette, and this is the shade, let me just check, so I've just got to line the thing back up. This is the shade Been There, Done That. So teeny bit. Back in with my little mirror. And then we're mostly going to focus this just on the outer corner and the crease. Really light again, but a little bit more pressure than previous. What I also find is if I hold the brush closer up to the top, I naturally apply more or less pressure. So if I want to use less pressure, I hold the brush lower down. If I want to use more pressure, I'll hold the brush a bit higher up, like so. But yeah, I find that kind of helps. So because I can be a bit heavy-handed, by moving my hand down, I find it kind of like forces me to take a more gentler approach. So again, just sort of like the outer third maybe, working it down a little, but mainly focusing in the crease and thereabouts. But again, a little bit more pressure than before, but still not too much of a heavy hand. So we're literally just going to start smoking that out a teeny bit, a little bit more back on the right side, just to even that out. Do you know what? I'm actually kind of digging my skin. I feel like it's looking pretty, as I say, it looks way paler. I feel like everything's looking pale. So yeah, so I'm definitely paler in the camera than I am in person. It's actually, I mean, I feel like it's a pretty good match. Given that my neck is like so pale normally, considering how dark that foundation was, I feel like we've evened that out pretty well. Okay, so anyway, so back to the eyes. So there you go. So we've just got that there to start with. So now I will just want to adjust that slightly. I'm going to go in with the ELF concealer again, and then just get a little concealer brush. Again, this is just a really old one. I couldn't even tell you where it was from now, unfortunately. And, I'm not really doing a cut crease. I'm just going to brighten that lower lid on each eye. So just going to pat that in there. I'm not overly worried how neat it is because so I'm not doing a cut crease, and then we're just going to kind of see as we're doing like a sweeping motion. Just wait for you to come back into focus. There we go. And then again, just sort of sweeping that over just to taper that off, like so. And I'm not too worried if they're not particularly even. Okay, so with that damp brush that I just used, I'm going to go in with this little Steeler pigment, and this is in the shade, it just says, oh, 12, shade 12. So I just tend to tap upside down, tip it back over, see if we've got any loose, and then just a little bit more if needed. I'll just tap it into the lid like so. So I'll bring you back in. So with my brush that I use for my concealer, because as I say I will be washing these, I'm going to literally, because I want it a bit damp still, I'm just going to tap that on there like so, and then just get our little mirror, and then we're just going to press and pat. Walking through the streets at midnight, can't see anything except the moonlight. Really gentle pushing, patting motions, and then just later as we come over to the outer edges. Just laying off that pressure a bit because we just want to taper that product over. I wanted to try, this is Wet n Wild, and it's, I don't think it's actually for the eyes, it's just a glitter single in the shade Brass. This could be amazing or it could be pretty terrible. I'm going to go in with my finger. Oh yeah. Hang on. It's weird. It's almost like, I don't even know, it's like a cream. Let's try it nonetheless. Do we want that on the inner or the centre? Let's press it on the centre. I mean, it's not for the eyes, so I can't be mad, but the texture's... No, I'm going to bring that in actually because I feel like it will blend better. The texture's bizarre. Okay, so no, it doesn't say it's for the eyes, but I personally wouldn't recommend using it on the eyes either. Right, so this is... This is it. Oh, so it's got that like kind of push and release motion just to get the ink. Oh, I mean, very black. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so I'm going to go in and do this. So just again, usually just like my outer thirds typically. Okay, so that's actually going on really easy. Now to get me even. Right, that's not bad. I feel like it got a bit dry, but I felt like I also took longer with that. I want to store it upside down as well because I find that helps keep the moisture in. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit of mascara because I have already got mascara on. I don't really wear lashes a lot because I've got a lash lift at the moment, and also because I'm terrible at putting them on. So I'm just going to do mascara for now. Just, as I say, this is gross because I'm just going back over mine, so ignore that my lashes are going to look a bit crazy. So I've got nothing on my bottom lids yet. I might go back in and just push something underneath when I've finished everything else. I'm going to see because I wanted to keep the focus on the top lid. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. One of my kind of consistent go-tos over the years. And the older it gets, the more I love this mascara. Then brows, I'm just going to use my clear... Ooh, spin around the wrong way. I'm going to use my clear Essence lash and brow gel. This is again drugstore, so a lot of what I've used actually is drugstore. I'm quite a fan of drugstore makeup though, to be honest. So all I'm doing is fluffing the brows up. I'm going to see how they look. I don't tend to put a ton in my brows, and I also had them laminated today. I did it myself and tinted them, but it's just whether or not this foundation's covered too much. No, I think we're good. Next, we're going in with, the other thing I got from ELF is this lip exfoliator. So, oh, can you hear that? Oh, is that how dry my lips are? Bit scratchy. Can you see? Look how bad my lips are. Ew. Just going to put a wipe. So just put a little bit of that translucent back on. And then this is the NYX matte lip liner in the shade Spicy. So just going in with that.
Now I'm laying on my couch and I'm bored and so.
And then an oldie but a goodie, MAC Ruby Woo. But again, probably the worst choice at the moment because this is it's a very dry lipstick. But it stays. Oh, you can't go wrong with that, can you? It's so bloody nice. Okay, and then we're just going to go in with a little bit of Iconic London. There we go. If I cover my face, it's fine. It picks it up, it'll focus. It just doesn't like focusing on more than one thing. So, just 3 little, well, not even drops really, just taps on the skin and really, really lightly, and I mean like barely touching my skin here. And same on the other side. Oh, I've got a bit more on that, but not to worry if you want to put a little bit there and a little bit just under. Yeah. Ooh, I'll definitely put more on that side, didn't I? So, less is more. Or in the case of these, no it's not. I love, love, love this. I think that's like the original shade. It lasts so long. I have to put my earrings in. I feel so odd without earrings in. So, yep, I'm a big hoop girl. Use this little headband. Okay, so obviously my hair's not done, but this is the finished look. Hopefully you like it. But I mean, first impression, pretty good. Hi guys, so just literally following on, it's been about 3 hours since I filmed this makeup. I've not done any touch-ups or anything, and I've had a bath, I've washed my hair. So I was fully intending on having to take it off, but actually it seems to be doing okay, holding up. So we'll see how it wears this evening. But yeah, so all this hair's been washed. That it survived that. It survived a bath. To be fair, I was pretty quick in the bath. I didn't really lay there for too long, maybe 10-15 minutes. Yeah, so far so good with the predominantly ELF Cosmetics, mainly for the base, but so far, thumbs up. See you later.